Guys, we're going to start on our backs. So there's about 3 minutes roughly before class starts. Come lying flat back down onto our backs. In a typical way that we start. So finding your comfortable, relaxed, easy breath as you lie on the floor. And if you're in the Zoom room, I'm just waiting to see if anyone else will join those last couple minutes. And if you're joining on YouTube, welcome. Good to have you here. So you're finding your way onto your backs, whether you're joining in Zoom or taking the class at another time. Allowing the ease of the breath, a softening around the breath, to translate into a deeper softening into the body. So let the arms be heavy onto the floor. Let the shoulders be heavy. Let the hips and the legs and the feet be heavy onto the floor. Relaxing the throat, the back of the neck. Relaxing the ears, the jaw, the tongue in the mouth. A soft close of the eyes. Unwrinkling any wrinkles in the forehead, relaxing the brow, relaxing the top of the crown of the head. And then going a little bit deeper here, relaxing the abdomen. So nice full breath so that diaphragm can drop further down without any restriction. The lungs can fill and expand nicely and easily. And notice with the relaxation of the body that the breath begins to deepen and slow quite naturally. And then relax the thoughts, the thought patterns, the whirling, the churning of the day, the to-do list, the comings and goings, the busyness of the mind. Relax the mind into the sensation of the breath. The body is now at ease. The abdomen is soft, welcoming in the breath, and the mind is feeling the breath come in and out of the body. As much as possible, let this thought, this awareness, be the only awareness that comes into the mind as much as possible. Feeling the inhalation, experiencing the exhalation, and riding the waves of the breath in and out of the body. Smooth, steady breath, cultivating that sense of awareness, that sense of presence in your body, in the day, in this moment, in this practice, being here now, present with the breath, all else falls away. And on the next exhalation, you'll curl those knees into the chest, wrapping the hands around the shins, getting a nice gentle rock side to side, a little loosening through the hips, a little massage on that low back. And pausing center, you can get a little rock forward and back. Coming upright to your upright seat, either flat to the floor or up on a blanket or a block. Hands come together at the heart center, sitting up nice and tall. And we'll begin with the Adi mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. I bow to the creative consciousness. I bow to the divine teacher within. Big inhale all together. And an exhale all the way out. And the inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Big inhale, draw that breath in, full breath. Hold at the top, pause for a moment. And a slow exhalation out of the nose, normal breath after that. Welcome. Coming lying back onto the floor, not squishing a cat. If you have a cat next to you, and no, that's not. And curling the knees into the chest. Hands are going to rest on the knees. You can give a little draw of the knees in a little bit closer. I'll lift that tailbone slightly off the ground as you do. Great. And then a little side to side. Inhale, right leg and arm long. Exhale, bring it back in. And then switching sides. Inhale, left side long. Exhale, back into the ball. In right, X back. In left, X back. And we go. Nice and steady. Your pace, your rhythm. Just warming up the body, getting the breath moving a little bit quicker. As we exhale, that diaphragm lifts. We get a little rinse as the knee comes back in. And we get a little bit of a pace, right? A little bit of a pace. So it's not super slow. It's not super fast. It's your pace. But you want it to be a little bit rapid. Just to allow the heart to start to pump. Warm up the blood. So there's another minute of this. How do you want to feel as we begin? Warming up the hip crease, the hip flexors, the low abdomen. Getting the obliques a little bit involved here as we go side to side. Steady in your motion. Get a little bit longer now as we begin to extend through the heel Extend through the hands as they rise, reaching the fingertips away from the heel, keeping the feet flexed, really making this active for the last 30 seconds. Steady as she goes. Maybe you add a little smile to your face. Smile changes everything. There you go. Ha. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last exhale, curl the knees in, little squeeze of the knees, little rock side to side. Beautiful. Finding stillness, feet come down to the floor, knees stay high, palms face down on either side of the waist. We're going to inhale, draw that right knee in, and on an exhalation, start to circle right from the hip and pelvis, just loosening through that ball and socket joint. Slow, steady breath. Steady motion, rotating right from the hip. And reversing that circle. Taking the knee as wide in all directions as it possibly can go. Going as slow as you need to. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, center. And then exhale, that right foot drops flat back to the floor. Inhale, draw that left knee in. And exhale, circling the left knee. Long, deep breathing as we go. See if you can keep ease in the body as you do this. Face is relaxed, abdomen is relaxed, breath is at ease. And reversing the circle, going in the opposite direction here. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, center. And an exhale, feet come flat back to the floor. We'll get a twist in here before we go anywhere else. So inhale, the hands wide like a T, palms face up. And exhale there. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, we're going to go with the figure 4 in the legs. So the right outer ankle comes right behind the left knee onto the left thigh. Right knee is out. So there's a figure 4 shape in the legs. Inhale deeply and completely here. And then on an exhalation, the legs shoot off. Right foot coming to the floor if it can reach on the left side. So everything goes over to the left. Arms stay wide. Gaze stays looking straight up at the ceiling or turning the gaze off to the right side. Let's get a little bit more twist through the spine. Nice deep breath. Slow and steady. A little activation through the core section. And now a little twist, a little opening. A little twist through the spine too to allow that energy we've built in the belly to translate through the rest of the body. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to center. And then exhale, that right knee comes to the right foot comes to the floor. Right knee stays high. Inhale, left leg high, foot is flexed. And then on an exhalation, taking that figure 4 legs on this side. Big inhale. Maybe you stretch the wingspan a little bit wider, open. And on an exhalation, legs come down to the right. Left foot comes to the floor if it can reach. Gaze stays straight up or twist. Gaze looking to the left. And breathe. Good work. Good work. Inhale brings the legs and the gaze back to center. And on exhalation, the feet come flat back to the floor. Inhale, the hands up. Lift the head slightly. And on an exhale, the fingers will interlace. Head will drop into the hands, elbows wide. Beautiful. So now we're going to do a little pedaling with the legs. Sticking the legs straight out, hovering about 6 inches or so off the ground. We're going to inhale the left knee to the left elbow. And then exhale to the other side. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale, right elbow to left knee. And vice versa. So inhale one side, exhale the other, and pedal it out. Doing the best you can. Staying with it, staying steady. Ten. You got it, you got it. Stay with it. So steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to center. And an exhale, feet flat to the floor. And then slide the legs out, keeping the hands behind the head. Legs are a little wider than the mat. Big, deep belly breathing. Belly nice and loose. Let the breath go wherever it needs to if you're not used to that level of intensity. For some of us, maybe it wasn't that intense. For others, maybe it was very intense. So let the breath go where it needs to go. Stay steady, stay with it. Come back into that relaxation. Beautiful. Big inhale through the nose. And out the mouth with a in through the nose, big full breath all the way in. And out the mouth with a in the nose all the way, big full breath in, and out. One more time, big breath in and out. And normal breath. Beautiful. Next exhalation, curling the knees into the chest. You can unleash the hands from behind the head. Give the knees a little squeeze in. And a little rock side to side. And finding pause in the center. And a little rock forward to back. And we're going to roll right up and over. Finding our cat-cow position. So tabletop to start. Palms down or fists down. Any issues with the wrists? Fist down is the best way to go. So the chin stays slightly tucked here. And we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale, right arm, left leg back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm, right leg back. That foot is flexed in the back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, one side. Exhale the other side. Opposite arm, opposite leg. It does not work doing same arm, same leg. A lot of people try that. It doesn't work out well. So just make sure you're doing the opposite of whatever leg and whatever arm is back. Or whatever leg is back using the opposite arm. Got myself tongue-tied there. Inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg rises. Exhale, comes back to the earth. So this is a great practice to strengthen the back body. All the little spinal erectors that hold our spinal discs separate from each other. This is a really good practice. It's very simple, can be done at any point during the day on your own time if you like. 2-3 minutes of this. For 5. For 4. 3, 2, and for 1. Last exhale, bringing it down. And then cat-cow. Inhale, belly down, gaze looks upish. Exhale, chin tucks, rounding back, pushing the floor away. Inhale, belly drops, full deep belly breath, gaze looks upish. Exhale, round down, push it back. Your pace, your breath, smooth and steady. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, neutral. And exhale, we're going to come forward onto our bellies, letting the legs go long. The tops of the feet push into the floor. Nice and strong so the knees are lifting off the floor. The thighs are engaged. Beautiful. Lowering down, hands on either side of the chest with the length and strength of the legs behind us, keeping the tops of the feet pushed into the floor. The chin stays tucked so slightly. And we're going to inhale, we're going to lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. In, lift to baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. So your pace, your breath. Keeping the legs strong, keeping the tops of the feet pushed into the floor. That's steady. The legs stay active and engaged. This creates a good anchor that the low back can pull and lift off of. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we slowly lower. A lot of strength building going on in this class. The front body and the back body. For 5. For 4. For 3. 2. And 1. This last one, we're going to inhale, coming up. And as we exhale, we're going to step the hands forward, palms face down, the elbows land directly under the shoulder blades, and now we're going to relax the legs behind us. So letting the knees drop back down to the floor. Gaze is looking about 6 inches in front of the fingertips. And we're in our Sphinx pose, just breathing here. Right? We created strength in the low back. Now we're just going to let it lengthen out. Slight back bend here. Giving it some time, letting the hips be heavy, the legs be heavy. breath. Slow it down if it's racy. Not thinking about what's coming next or where to go or where you've been. Just being back in that present moment. Being in your sphinx, your posture, your breath. There you go. You can stay in Sphinx if you like, or to go a little bit further, you'll angle the palms out a little bit, so about the width of your mat, so they're at the corners of your mat. And then you can push, straightening the arms, getting a little bit more of a back bend, moving into seal pose. If this immediately bothers your low back, back off. Don't stay in it. Come back down to your Sphinx. Deep breath. Last inhale here. And on an exhale, bending the elbows, bringing the elbows back to the floor. Or if you're in Sphinx, staying as you are. And then sliding, the elbows come forward as the hands come flat out, straightening the arms, forehead to the ground, and then a little wag side to side. It's wagging through the waist, just loosening through that low back for a moment. Beautiful. Then pausing there, drawing the hands back on either side of the chest. On an inhalation, we're going to push up into our table. And on the exhalation, we're going to sit our hips back to our heels, going slowly because we just came out of a back bend. So take your time. Don't force it. And then sitting it back, finding the breath, forehead on the ground or on a blanket or a block if the forehead doesn't reach the ground. Forearms and elbows come to the ground and settle into your child, right? A counter pose to what we just did. Beautiful. Slight lift of the head. We're going to walk our hands over to the right on an inhalation, off the mat as far as we can. And on the exhalation, once we meet our edge, dropping forearms to the ground, forehead back to the ground, and then deep breath, filling that whole left side, left lung expanding, feeling the stretch through the intercostals, feeling the length from the waist all the way up under that left armpit and into the left fingertips. It's a big one. Breathing. Lifting the head slightly, exhaling there. And on an inhale, coming through center, over to the left, finding your edge, and then dropping back forearms to the ground, elbow, forehead to the ground. Long, deep, full breath, filling that right lung to capacity. Finding ease in the hips. Just breath. And lifting lifting the head slightly. And on the inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, pushing into the hands, sending the hips back a little bit further, maybe a little wag of the tail. And then inhale, bring up to tabletop. And exhale there. And as you do, sliding the left hand into left center. So you're not right in the center, you're a little bit left of center. Inhale, that right hand high, gaze looks up. Exhale, we're going to shoot that right hand through the space between the left arm and the knees. Inhale, right hand high, gaze up. Exhale, shoot it through. Inhale, right hand high, gaze up. Exhale, shoot it through. This time we stay. Chin and cheek coming to the ground. That right shoulder is on the ground. That left hand is planted in front of the face, and the left elbow is high to the sky. Beautiful. So breathing here, just releasing into the posture, allowing the weight to be held onto the shoulder and onto the face and onto that left palm. Relaxing everything. Great. You can stay right here as you are, or to go further, we're going to take the left hand, walking it forward as we take the left foot, walking it back. Left toes curl under, that heel is high. Beautiful. And then walk the left fingertips so they're directly above the head, gaze looking up under that left arm. And you can lean a little bit towards the back body, getting a full length stretch on the whole left side body, reaching through that back left heel. Keep walking those left fingers forward. Then find your edge, find your breath. Beautiful. To come out of this, we're going to draw the left hand back down right in front of the face, drawing that left knee to the earth. And then inhale, right hand high, gaze up. And on an exhale, that right hand plants little right of center. So not center, little right of center. Inhale, left hand high, gaze up. Exhale, shoot that right hand through. Left hand through, sorry. Inhale, left hand high. I'm having a problem with my lefts and rights tonight, in case you guys haven't noticed. Exhale, shoot that left hand through. Inhale, left hand high. It happens. I don't know why, but it does. Exhale, shoot that left hand through, this time to stay. Left shoulder to the ground. Left cheek and chin come down, resting the side of the face onto the ground. That right palm is right in front of the face, and that right elbow is high. And breathe. Nice, steady breath. This is the first stage, and you can stay here if this is enough for you. There's no point of going further if this is a challenge, right? So just relax into this. Be with your body here with your breath. If you want to go on, we will go on. We're going to send that right hand forward above the head first. Then we're going to extend using the weight of that right palm, just balancing, sending that right heel back, straightening that right leg. Toes curl under, reaching through that back right heel. Now you walk the fingertips over so they're directly above the head on the right side, and then the gaze looks up under that right arm. You guys can see me better on this side. So keep extending back through that back heel as you keep walking the right fingers a little further forward. And then you'll find this spot where it's like, oh, that feels good. And that's what you're looking for. A nice opening through the whole right side of the body. Breathing. Always remembering to breathe. If the breath gets super racy, please just try to slow it down. Steady breath. No fight, no fight. Not fighting ourselves. We're happily in our body. We're happily with our breath. And to come out of this posture, sliding the right hand back down in front of the face, and the right knee comes back to the floor, pushing into that right palm. Inhale, left hand high. And exhale, that left palm comes down on its right side, on the left side, which is its right side. Big inhale here. And now an exhale, taking the hips back to the heels. Notice the difference here. Forearms come to the ground, forehead comes to the ground, and just breathe for a moment. Feel the expansion out into the side of the lungs, into the side ribs, and allow that to translate up into the back of the heart, right behind the back of the heart as you inhale. Exhale normally and naturally, and then see if you can feel the expansion out into the sides of the ribs, on the rib cage, the intercostals opening, ready, and then that translating the breath coming back behind the heart, opening the space in between the shoulder blades with the breath. Last exhalation there. Inhale, we're going to rise up to hands and knees, crossing one ankle in front of the other, and on an exhalation, sliding back, butt comes onto the floor, legs go long. We're going to find our Jani Shirshasana on this left side first. On the left side first, so the right leg bends, sole of the right foot comes in. Starting on the left side, inhale, left arm high. Exhale, coming forward, grabbing the big toe on the left side. Right hand can rest right on the floor in front of you. Right hand can rest onto the left leg. This, keeping the heart high, right? You want to keep the heart high on this one, not rounding, high. Steady breath. That left foot is flexed as best you can. Even if you're grabbing somewhere along the leg, make sure that left foot is flexed. Steady breath. Keep rising up through the midline of the body. Keep letting that heart lift. keeping that spine long. If that means you have to back out and come up and then keep that upward lift through the spine and then work towards the fold, then do so. Beautiful. Big inhalation where you are. And an exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale there. Inhale, we're going to lift that right knee up, right? There's about a fist's distance between the left thigh and the right foot. Grabbing the right shin with the left hand, and you can wrap the right hand around it, if that works. So you're drawing this knee in, and as you draw the knee in, that left foot stays flexed, and the heart comes high. So drawing the spine nice and tall. Big inhale. And now on an exhalation, we're going to take that right hand behind us about a foot, push into the floor, keeping the heart high, and we're going to twist off to the right. Gaze looking back behind that right shoulder, and breath. If you can wrap your arm all the way around so the right knee ends up into that left elbow crease, then do so. That's a really good bind. If you're too tight and you can't make it, that's fine. Just keep that left hand over there on the right knee. I'm having a really hard time with right and lefts tonight, guys. I don't know what it is, but it's making me trip over my own self. Stay breathing in the twist. Beautiful. Breaking the pose. Inhale to center. Exhale, right leg long. Inhale, left leg in. Preparing for Jani Shirshasana on this side, right leg long, right foot flexed. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, grabbing the toes or somewhere on the leg, making sure you can keep that upward lift through the body as best you can. So again, if that means you have to back off, stay upright, and then come in working slowly, do so. And try to keep the rounding out of the back. Smooth, steady breath. A little bit more. Big inhale. And on an exhalation, folding forward, couple rounds of breath there, complete surrender. And an inhale rises us up. And on an exhalation, that left knee coming up about a fist distance in between that right inner thigh and the left foot. The right hand is going to wrap around, grabbing the left shin. And then the left hand can wrap around the right arm, drawing that left knee in, right foot is flexed. big inhale here. Spine nice and long so the heart's lifting. And on an exhalation, that left hand plants back behind us about a foot, pushing into the floor to keep the heart high, and a twist off to the left. And then long, deep, steady breath. Gaze looks over the left shoulder. Again, if you can take the bind by wrapping that right arm all the way around to the left shin, so the left shin falls into the right elbow crease. It's a great bind. It's a good position to be in. And an inhale unravels us. And on an exhale, that left leg long, lean back, fingertips point away, little windshield wiper of the legs, little up and down of the knees, bringing the legs together, pointing the toes away from you, pushing into the palms to lift the heart high, lean back, allow the head to fall back, and breathe. You can stay here if you choose, or pushing the hips high to the sky, feet as flat to the floor as you can, and lift heart high, 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 head falls back, and breathe. Last big breath here. And an exhale, hips back to the floor. Heart stays high. If you didn't come off the floor, just stay as you are and breathe. Bring the head back to neutral on an inhalation. And on an exhalation, we're going to sit upright. And as we do, we're going to draw the feet in so the soles of the feet touch. I'll face the camera here. So the soles of the feet are together. The knees are wide. We're going to take the hands, make a basket, so interlacing the hands. And the basket is going to go right around the feet. Inhale, nice big long spine, nice and tall. And now on exhalation, keeping the spine long, I want you to lean forward. So we're not rounding. We're keeping the spine long. It means you probably won't come down as far as you may if you round. Well, I'm pretty sure it means that you won't come down as far as you round. Slowly, slowly, micro movements. The chin stays slightly tucked so the neck is nice and long, and the crown of the head is reaching away from the tailbone. The tailbone's rooted into the earth. Keeping that spine long, you're going to keep coming down until you find your edge. And then breathing, breathing. Finding that sensation of ease, finding that connection with the breath that we started with. Hopefully we've been keeping it throughout the process of the practice. Final big inhale. And on an exhale, now collapse, rounding down, allow the head to be heavy and long, and completely surrender towards the floor. Breathe. Should feel a lengthening through the back body with this. Beautiful. Inhale, rising up slowly. And an exhale there. Allow the legs to go long. You can lean back on the hands. Let them come straight. Little windshield wiper of the legs. And we're going to go to the posture that we finished with last week. And we're going to go into it again, keeping the hips nice and open. So we're finding our deer pose. A block will be useful for this. So have the block close by. So moving into our deer, we're going to start with the right leg out front first. So the right leg bends. It's out front. So a right angle in the left knee, a right angle in the, I said it again. A right angle in the right knee, a right angle in the right ankle. And then out to the left is out to the left side, left, right angle in the left knee, right angle in the left ankle. And then this block is going to go behind us on the right side to help us keep a nice upward lift as we lean slightly back. So you find what's going to be comfortable for you. That may be leaning forward and not back. Leaning back is going to intensify the internal rotation on the left side. So if you go back, just know that and if it's too much, you can stay leaning a little bit forward. So give this one time. This is all about slowly opening the ability for internal rotation of the hips. It's something that we definitely lose over the years as time goes by, and something that's really great to warm up and then go into, so we're a little bit more malleable. Then we could just hang out here for a little bit, and then the pose does the work for us. Staying with your breath, keeping that heart high. And close the eyes if you will. Just completely be in your breath, your posture. The feet were flexed as we began, but they don't need to be actively flexed the entire time. So once we set it up, you can find complete ease. Staying steady with breath. I'm timing this, making sure we're going to be even on both sides. So coming out of this, safest and most soft, gentle way to do so. Come off that block, put that right hand out, come down onto that right elbow, so that way you open up any intensity that's over here on the left side. You can straighten that left leg, and then bring it in as we come back up and switching sides. Block goes over first, then left leg comes out first, bending, right angle in the left knee, right angle in the left ankle, right leg out to the right, right angle in the right knee, right angle in the right ankle. And then setting that block up where it's nice and comfortable for you. Remember, leaning a little bit forward is going to be different than leaning a little bit back. And you find your pose, set it up, keeping the heart high. And breathe. Eyes closed if you can. Just be with any sensation that arises. Be with your body, be with your breath, be in the posture. Posture's doing the work on its own. That's what these postures are really all about. We take the shape, and the body readjusts itself around the shape. Steadiness and ease, relaxing the mind. Maybe a little smile on the face, just a little bit. Just a little elevation of the corners of the mouth. Feel the difference that makes inside. It's not magic. There's a chemical response that happens when our face moves towards a smile. And it's immediately felt as the hypothalamus releases neuropeptides and our cells receive those chemical compounds. It's not magic, but let's pretend it is just for tonight. Enjoy that little magic smile. Feel the way your body responds to that magic as it rolls through you. Remember how beautiful you are. And the transition out of this, left hand off the block, left elbow to the floor as you lean over to the left, disengaging any pressure on that right side, allowing that right leg to go long and bringing it to your Shavasana. So both legs go long and you come lying flat back down onto your backs, palms face up. Feel how deeply the breath can go all the way through the belly, down into the pelvis. You may even take the hands, put them palms face up on either side of the waist. Just sending some love to the hips and pelvis. Feeling the connection of the breath inside of you. Couple rounds of gratitude, couple rounds of love, and a couple rounds of forgiveness. Maybe you need that. I don't even know where that's coming from or why that was on my lips tonight, but maybe it's for you. Just forgiveness. But you are welcome in your own body. You are worthy of the life that you have, and any mistake that you could have possibly have made, it was a mistake. And forgiveness is guaranteed. So let it be guaranteed within you. And when you're ready, you can take the hands off the hips, palms face up. Complete relaxation. Complete rest and surrender. open and close of the hands. A couple times, little pulsing. Right opens, left closes, left opens, right closes. Little pan side to side, opening one hand at a time and making fists. And inhale, hands long overhead. And on an exhalation, draw that right knee in as the left hand catches that right shin. Inhale, that right hand out long, wide, over to the right side. And now on an exhalation, taking that right knee over to the left, just to create a little twist here. And an inhale, coming back to center, that right leg long, exhaling. Inhale, hands high. And on an exhalation, that left knee comes in, right hand catching the left shin, left hand out wide like a T on an inhalation. And on an exhale, taking that left knee over across the body to the right. Ah, beautiful. I got a good pop. Maybe you got a good pop. A little chiropractic adjustment here. And an inhale, back to center. Exhale, legs go long. Inhale, hands high, stretch into the heels, reach into the hands. And an exhale, rolling up to a comfortable seat. As you arrive, setting up your seat, blanket or block underneath of you, or flat to the floor, whatever works for you. Hands coming together at heart center. Just feeling into the breath, feeling into the body. Giving a sense of gratitude and thanks for this moment, this day, this life. Transition from 2020 into 2021. We are wholly new in this new year, in this new day, in this new moment even, recreating ourselves over and over again. Let's start that recreation process with gratitude and appreciation for the love and the beauty that we are. Feel that. Bringing the hands to forehead center. The love in me recognizes the love in you. Namaste. Thank you guys for a fantastic class. If you have any questions, I'm here. I'll come unmute. Let me know there. You don't have to stay, but if you want, you can. Or if you're on YouTube and you have a question, leave it in the comment section. I'll get to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for a fantastic practice, and I'll see you guys next time. Sat Nam.